India is home to over 2.5 million temples, yet the Tirumala temple commands a singular, disproportionate gravity, drawing a constant stream of tens of thousands of devotees every single day. The Skanda Purana, an ancient Hindu text, provides a specific reason for this draw. It records a direct promise from the deity Vishnu. He will physically reside on this exact mountain until the end of the current epoch, the Kali Yuga. The history of this site begins roughly 2 billion years ago in the Satya Yuga. The timeline starts not with the human form of Vishnu, but with his boar incarnation, Varaha Swamy. According to the texts, the land itself is divine. When Varaha sought a place to reside, he commanded the cosmic seven-headed serpent Adishesha to descend to earth. As it landed, it solidified, becoming the 7 peaks of the Seshachelam mountain range. At Tirumala, the very geography serves as a living, cosmic extension of the sanctuary. The mountain peaks represent the physical bodies of celestial entities, creating a site where nature and deity are indistinguishable. By the Treta Yuga, King Shankala discovered the original Varaha idol hidden deep in the forest. He cleared the site and constructed the first stone mandapam, establishing the initial physical structure of the temple. When Shankana eventually reached the end of his life, he asked to merge directly with the deity. Vishnu's weapon, the Sudarshana chakra, struck the earth to absorb the king's soul, carving out the sacred water body known as Chakra Tirtham. During the Dwapara Yuga, the lack of standardized worship led Vishnu to mandate the Vaikhanasa Agama. This is the strict ritual code that temple priests still follow today to ensure every prayer is conducted with precision. A dedicated devotee named Rangadasu later arrived to maintain the site. He excavated 2 deep wells, the Golden Well and the Flower Well, directly over the buried forms of earth goddesses, creating the permanent water sources required for daily rituals. These successive eras were a long-term assembly project. The physical infrastructure, the water sources, and the rigid ritual protocols were all positioned across millions of years, preparing the earth for a final divine descent. The Kali Yuga began with a direct confrontation. The sage Brigu struck Vishnu in the chest to test his patience, causing the goddess Lakshmi to leave the celestial realm in a state of outrage and seek refuge on earth. Vishnu followed her, descending as a human named Srinivasa. Exhausted by his search, he collapsed on the Seshachelam hills and entered a deep meditation inside a massive anthill. To sustain him, the gods Brahma and Shiva shapeshifted into a cow and a calf. They joined a local herd, allowing them to drop milk directly into the anthill every day to feed the meditating deity. A local cow herd eventually noticed the missing milk and swung a heavy wooden staff at the anthill. Srinivasa rose to block the blow, taking the strike to his forehead. As he bled, he released a cry that established the Govinda chant used by millions of pilgrims today. By shedding blood on this hill, the supreme deity tethered his own physical vulnerability to the mortal realm, linking himself directly to the human experience of the Kali Yuga. During his time on earth, Srinivasa met a princess named Padmavati. She was the reincarnation of a devotee named Vedavati, allowing Srinivasa to fulfill a marriage promise he had made ages earlier during his incarnation as Rama. To fund the celestial wedding, Srinivasa took a massive loan from Kubera, the god of wealth. He agreed to pay back the principal and interest throughout the duration of the entire Kali Yuga. That ancient financial agreement remains active today. The daily donations from millions of devotees are used to help pay off the interest of this cosmic debt, making every pilgrim a participant in the Lord's contract. The soul of Rangadasu, the worker who dug the sacred wells, returned as King Tondaman. This reincarnation allowed him to finish what he started, as he was tasked with building the grand Ananda Nilayam temple structure. Divine debts and reincarnated souls function as a synchronized machine. Every piece of the temple's history, from the financing to the construction, was carefully scheduled across different lifetimes to ensure its completion. Once the temple was finished, a strict rule was set. Because Varaha Swamy originally claimed this mountain, Srinivasa declared that every devotee must first visit Varaha shrine before seeking his own presence. However, King Tondaman breached the temple's privacy. He used a secret tunnel to enter the inner sanctum during an unapproved hour, interrupting the deity's private time. To maintain his promise to stay while punishing the king's intrusion, Srinivasa permanently transformed into the stone idol we see today. He remains in this form, bearing the images of Lakshmi and Padmavati on his chest. While human sight registers a black stone figure standing under a golden roof, ancient texts describe an overlapping reality. From the perspective of the celestial realms, this same location exists as a living piece of Vaikuntha, operating in a dimension hidden from mortal view. Standing among the crowds at Tirumala means entering a 2-billion-year-old cosmic blueprint. The site exists as an ancient gateway, built across successive eras to bridge the gap between the human world and the celestial realm.